Welcome back to Battle Cage. My name is Saif, and this is my UFC Vegas 85 recap and reaction to the event that happened yesterday, February 3rd. I can't go over the entire thing because there's a lot. There were some good moments, there were some bad moments. I'm just gonna give you the highlights and something that stood out to me at least, and something that's worth talking about. Right, something that's the MMA community is going, buzzing about. So, the first thing is we're gonna talk about Luana Carolina uh, stopping Julia Storlienko in the third round with a TKO KO stoppage from the top position. So, going into this fight, I had Storlienko. I did. I thought she was going to get the job done. I thought she could get Luana Carolina to the ground and then implement her game. But to Luana's credit, she did an incredible job in getting out of multiple submission attempts from Storlienko and stuffing several, excuse me, takedowns, and not to mention completely overwhelming and outworking in the striking department against Storlienko. I'm going to pull up a quick video for us to just quickly take a look. Here is the ending sequence uh, to Carolina. Here she goes off, teeing off. As you can see, hands down. Sterling is trying to fight back. Here's the ending sequence to the win and stoppage. She's literally pouncing off on Juliana and Julia, and she just can't do anything. And it forces the ref to stop the fight. Um, and Yeah. So, uh, what's the takeaway? The takeaway is Storolenko has no hands. Storolenko can't strike, and she's a pretty much. I hate using that, but she's kind of a one-trick pony, like the generic version of Ronda, right? If she can't get you down and get that armbar, then it's armbar or bust. So I don't know if UFC is keeping her around because she has a lot of losses on her record. Perhaps one more fight against the debuting fighter, and if she loses, she's probably going to get cut. That's just my opinion. Moving down along, next one, Themba Gorimbo comes in and knocks out Pete Rodriguez with an impressive 32-second KO. And a lot of hate or doubt was on Themba. But you know what? Who cares? Because Themba Gorimbo came in with um, pressure a lot, I would say. The whole story about The Rock um, buying a home for Themba and giving him the helping hand or whatever. There was that whole, you know, cloud around him, right? But Themba came in cool as a cucumber, if you will, and I'm gonna pull up that video and gets the job done. I mean, just take a look for yourself. I mean, I don't have to say much. So there it is. Here's my boy Themba. Pooh! That was nice. Ground and pound finishes, but he kind of got up fast, right, Pete Rodriguez? But yeah, it was a good stoppage. Look again. Look, he sniped him. He just went off. So many strikes, no answers. Was not doing anything. He was exposed. And one more time, look at this. Slow motion. Gets that side of the head. Pete Rodriguez drops. No answers. Themba goes off, teeing off. And what is the ref gonna do? Not stop the fight? He has to stop the fight, right? If he doesn't stop the fight, how many more punches is Temo Grimo going to land on Pete Rodriguez until something bad happens, right? Which kind of different from the main event, but we'll see. But yeah, I was really confident in Temba Garimbo. Difference, the physical difference, just I couldn't look past the physicality, and yeah, I had Temba Garimbo winning. The whole time I was very confident. In fact, Denver Garima was my first leg of a parlay. Unfortunately, didn't hit, but he was um, my first leg, and I was pretty confident in him. And was the takeaway message? Don't doubt my boy Demba. Don't doubt the guy that The Rock helped out. You know what I'm saying? The people's elbow was there. Moving down along. The next thing that I want to talk about is Charles Johnson gets an upsets the undefeated Azat Maxim here. And I just wanted to mention that because, well, I was doubting Charles Johnson, and I'm sorry, Charles, you deserve to be in the UFC. I'm sorry. Kind of rode you off. You were going through, 3L back to back to back. But you're one of the most active fighters since coming into the promotion since 2022, July of 2022. You have fought almost 7 times, and that's pretty damn impressive. So, um, nah, I should have been a little more cautious. There was a lot of caution in the air from all the UFC experts and breakdown analysis. I should have been a lot more cautious, but I gave the love to Azad. I did acknowledge that in the striking um, exchange, Charles would probably be better than Azad, but the Azad is probably would have um, more of a ground control. Boy, was I wrong. There were 3 submissions attempts from Charles Johnson and 2 takedowns from Charles Johnson. In fact, there was a moment where he had Azad's back and he looked like a phenomenal wrestler. So, Charles, the energy, good job. And sorry, I doubted you, but whatever. Parlay's dead. But if it's going to be dead, it should be dead this way. You know what I mean? Hard forward performance. Moving down, the next pick. Okay, this was Molly McCann. Molly McCann, no longer the meatball. She came in. She has a big night with a brutal armbar submission, literally 1 second away from the second round. So she gets the job done. She was very, how would I say, she was composed is an understatement. I think she was just more so dialed in and so zoned in going into her fight, and she knew that she had to get something done, right? Like she had to just come in there and finish it, just completely finish the fight. um and she did. So let me pull up the video for you guys so you can see it for yourselves. Here's Molly. um from the top position. As you can see, the seconds are running down. She gets a transition, locks in the armbar, and look, her Belbita's arm just snaps out, and she's in pain. And look at the emotions pouring out of Molly's face right away, and rightfully so. I mean, you could just tell, so emotional, so happy for her. There's gonna be a slow mo replay. She drops Belbita, gets the top, assumes the top position, some rain elbows, and that beautiful transition. And as soon as she grabs it, extends her hips, and it's over. And Belbita is forced to tap, and the fight is over. The whole time I was high on Molly. I knew she was going to get the job done, knowing that this was a rematch and she won the first fight, and knowing the pressure that she had, she was going to finish this fight. So even though money line was there, I just was so confident in Molly that I had her inside the distance, plus 240, had the fight under 2.5, plus 200, had the fight not going a distance, plus 165, all over, plus 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 plus. So great job, Molly. Salute. I'm so happy for you. Even the way you came in for the face off, you know what I'm saying? You were just you were about the business, I saw that it resonated with me, and I knew she had a lot to prove. People wrote her off because she kind of went viral with her knockouts of Luana Carolina, and all of a sudden, Blanchfield, violates her, and then uh, Julia Storolenko armbars her in the first round. So, you know what I'm saying? Good win for Molly, and you can see the growth that she went through. She's no longer this, I guess, meatball Molly McCann. She's not. She's Molly McCann, and she's business, man. And I'll be rooting for Molly in the next fight, 100%. So good win for Molly. What else can I say? Moving down along, we had uh, we had an unfortunate eye poke that ended in a no contest, literally with 11 seconds into the bout between Kurziev and Muradov. Muradov was coming into this fight with underdog odds, but with a lot of love and support. In fact, he opened up at a much higher underdog value and was brought down to plus 124, 125 at the beginning of the fight. He was actually as high, I believe, like plus 150 something, even one or even higher. So a lot of love for Muradov, but he gets poked literally with 11 seconds into the fight. The eye immediately shuts down, and he says to the doctor, "I can't open my eye," and it's that's it. They stopped the fight, rightfully so. I believe it was a good stoppage. It was a good stoppage from the ref because there's no point at that point, right? The guy can't see. What are you gonna do? Hope they run it back. I wanted to see something out of this fight because it was either gonna prove that Kurziev is for real or not, right? Because there was doubt. Excuse me, there was doubt, but I had Kurziev picked, and Muradov is actually from my country, my fellow countrymen. Shout out to Uzbekistan. But yeah, I just had Kurziev. I don't think he was gonna get the job done. And I say anyone with a bigger beard and no mustache than me, I'm not betting you against you in an MMA. Moving down along, Randy Brown gets the job done. Um, Great fight. Great fight. What can I say? Phenomenal fight, actually. And give him a top 10. That's it. Done. The conversation is over. Recognize him. Feed the man, and he wants to win. He wants to win. What else do you want to hear from me? Um, he was able to stuff. Sorry, he was able to stuff. Um, He's able to stop Muslim Salikov. But don't just take it from me. I'm going to run the video for you so you get to see it for yourself. Okay, let me switch it up. Just look how clean that shot was. Precision. Ooh. He loaded that right hand. Perfect time. And that reach, 8-inch reach advantage. My goodness, look at that. Woo. Wow. Wow. That was good. One more replay. Ooh. I think there's gonna be one more replay. That's where you're gonna see his head just look. Ah, to the canvas he goes. Yeah, that was a excellent, clean performance from Randy Brown. He proves his case for top bout, and it's time to give him the next fight, man. What else do you want me to say? That's it. That's it. Done. Moving down along, we had Renato Money Moicano gets the unanimous decision over Drew Dober in a violent and bloody war. It was a war. It started off as a one-sided affair, round one, Moicano all the way, and it's turned out interesting when when later into that round, Drew Dober was able to reverse a takedown with like a, I don't know what it's called, like a body twist or whatever, and he assumed the top position and he started unloading on Moicano. I'm gonna pull up the victory speech from Moicano. I'm not gonna play it, but at least you can see the face from Moicano. Let me show you, and you could just see his face. I messed up. Drew Dober also has evidence of damage, but not like Moicano. So that's because um, in the third round, Drew Dober makes a mistake, and his mistake was he did exactly the same that body twist reversal that he did in the second round, but this time Moicano was ready and he capitalized. He assumed the top position himself in a pivotal moment of the fight and basically just finishes the fight on top, working from the top, punching him down, and giving enough for the judges to say, you know what? Yes, he wins. You know what I'm saying? So good win. I will say good win. Um, yeah, that's it. Done. There's nothing else I can say. Now, I am gonna pull up another video for you guys, and that would be basically Imavov in the main event. Um, oh, by the way, before I go into the main event, how about Renato Moicano's post fight octagon speech, huh? What a good speech. I mean, I was just listening. All the MFs, and he just kept going off. Uh he even cursed out MMA Guru. He is a fellow YouTube broadcaster, and man, mama, we made it. Then I'm sure MMA Guru is sitting in his studio going like, "Yo, I can't believe Moicano just called me out to a fight. Calls him a fat pig, I believe." Um, he says his. He also said his 62-year-old father. Um, just got someone pregnant, so he's gonna get his wife pregnant. He goes off on the American values, which he's right, man. He's right. Um, and he says he's gonna be an American soon in 2 years, God willing. Shout out to Moicano, man. What a speech! If you didn't listen to his post fight octagon interview, do it now. Like literally, stop this video. Who cares? Go and check it out. So Moicano, man, you're the man. Um, Entertaining fight. Great co-main event. Great co-main event. What else can I say? That's so yeah. So good fight. Round one, Moicano. Round two, it went the other way. Sorry, it went the other way. And round two went the other way when Drew Dober got the reversal. He was landing vicious punches. Doesn't finish Moicano, goes into the third round, and at that point, makes the same reversal because Moicano was just trying to get the fight to the ground. He didn't want to stand with Dober, which makes sense because Dober hits like a truck, the KO king of the lightweight division. And but yeah, let's take a look now at the main event where um, Imavov defeated Dolidze in a 5 round majority decision. Um, and this is pretty much how it went down. So this is where I'm just gonna play the first round, and I'm gonna talk to you about. So this is round one. Imavov catches Dolidze. Here's a knee, strike, 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 goes to the ground. 1 minute remaining into that first round. I mean, look, he's just going off. No defense. The referee doesn't stop the fight. Um, he lets the Litze work, and I think that was the right thing because you can see in that last moment he was trying to get the heel hook and survive the round. So goes into the second round, pretty much cage controls Imavov as much as possible, but there's no significant damage. Forces the ref to basically say, "Listen, work, or I'll break the fight." He breaks the fight down, and they every time they disengaged, Imavov just had the better strikes, better exchanges, and it was a one-sided affair for the most part. I believe that first round kind of took everything out the Litze. But Imavov, man, good job. You know, he's a younger guy, much younger guy than Dolidze. I believe that plays a factor in here. Um, but I don't know. Something was off about Dolidze. He was not his like "Ugh," angry self. I don't know. He was a little hesitant. Something was not there. I can't describe it. But basically, second, third round, fourth, fifth round, they were all the same. No major actions. Dolidze kept trying to take down Imavov, never got the chance to take him down, just kept pushing him against the cage, battling for position. And that's it. It was there was a significant moment where the Litze's hand was on the ground, and there was a head kick to the Litze. He continued the fight, which resulted in 1 point deduction for Imavov, but still doesn't matter. Imavov squeezed out a majority decision. So that was a pretty one-sided event after an explosive round start for Imavov, and that was That was it. Now, in terms of my picks, if you didn't watch my last video, I'm just gonna quickly recap that and end the video with that. So I picked a parlay. I had three legs, which I'm going to mention. The third leg, I didn't mention in the video, but I will give it a shout out. So first one was Themba Garimbo. Themba comes in and gets the job done. The second leg was Asa Maxim. Unfortunately, he led me down. We went over. Charles Johnson got the better of him. And the third leg was what's her name? Natalia Silva. Man, I told you, as beautiful as she is, she's just as vicious, and she proved it. She's just such a phenomenal fighter, and she finished. She didn't finish the fight, but she got a pretty unanimous decision. Man, I worked Araujo pretty hefty. Um, so that was my third leg. So 2 out of 3, unfortunately. Like I said, I should have put Randy Brown instead of Maxim. It is what it is. The other one was Molly McCann. I was all over that. I had picks on her. Molly inside the distance, big 3 unit play. Molly under 2.5, half a unit and a quarter unit on fight doesn't go to distance. So I did very well with that just alone. So thank you, Molly. I appreciate you. Once again, shout out. And that's pretty much it. I only had 2 real like plays. Everything else just was like live bet. I took Luana live bet. I told you, and I took Chuck Buffalo live bet too because once I saw what was going on, I could not resist myself. So I put 2.5 units on that. Um, yeah, so that was kind of my thing. I think I did pretty well. I'm gonna hit you guys up with another hot picks next week. I am gonna be going on vacation, so I'm probably not making any content besides major review points for the next fight, which I want to give you guys some breakdown, but very limited because I'm not doing a full card breakdown. There's other people that do much better than I do. But I'll give you the picks, and hopefully, you guys, like I said, either win some money or don't lose as much. Thank you for riding with me. I appreciate you guys to checking it out. If you like the content, make sure to like and subscribe, and see you guys on the flip side.